Sins currently supports Maya to export USD files and integrate them in various steps, and finally import and render in Katana. First, we need to understand some concepts. The USD workflow of Sins supports the operation of variants, and variants are different states that may exist under the same model. For example, the same character may wear different clothes in different shots. Then a style of clothes can be called a variant, and the material of the same set of clothes can also be different. The combination of different variants we call asset variant. We record the variant information in the data table of Sins. Variant key represents a variant group, and the steps field is used to specify which tasks this variant will appear in. There can be multiple variant groups under an asset. For example, the same character can have multiple hairstyles and multiple clothes, so the hairstyle and cloth style are the variant groups here. In a variant, the variant key field and value field determine what kind of variant this is. Asset variant is used to integrate variants. An asset variant can be associated with multiple variants. According to the above example, it finally shows what hairstyle and what kind of clothes this character has. Asset instance is used to associate shots. In rare cases, multiple assets of the same asset variant may appear in one shot. We need a unique number to represent each asset in a different shot scene. This information will also be used in the auto import tool. For the model step, we look at a few different cases here. 1. No variant. Simple models may not need variants. After we directly export, it will be a normal USD file. 2. One type variant. For example, here I need several different forms of grass. You can use different grasses as different assets, or as different variants of the same asset. Here I have defined the variants of grass in the web page. In Maya, I can switch in the variant window. In the export window, you will be asked to select the variant you want to export. After exporting, we will generate 4 versions, which are different grasses. We can switch the variant by opening the master version of the asset in SView. 3. Various types of variants. I define some variant groups on this character with hat styles, hairstyles, etc., and under each style group there are several different styles. In Maya I can toggle every style, so I can get a lot of different combinations. Each variant group can also be switched in the exported USD file. Maya also supports dividing an asset into multiple different parts. For example, here I made the books and the house assets as a separate part, and the books have different styles. When making the whole of the house, I imported the USD file of the book and integrated it together. The final house asset model is like this. You can switch the style of the book. In the material step, we use Katana and Arnold for material production. First of all, we need to open the AR server service of Sins. This is so that the USD file can recognize the file format in the form of our URL. Because the latest version of Arnold does not support Katana 5.0, so here I use version 4.5. After opening Katana, find the task and save. Import the asset template. The model of the asset will be automatically imported. Here the expression is used to find the latest version of the asset model. We don't need to import files manually, just make materials directly. I have made 2 sets of materials here, Arnold material and USD material. The USD material can be previewed in the general view. Arnold material is used for final render. I also set up variants for the material, setting different clothes, hair colors. When rendering the preview, separate the different variants. In this way, 2 sets of results with different models and different materials are obtained. Select the Material Export node, click Export Look File. Here you can also choose which material variants to export. Finally, you can get the Look file and the USD material file. We open the Post Look file of the asset in SView. You can see that this asset has a material, and the variant of the material can also be switched. Before using USD to make a set in Maya, you need to create a task with step as layout under the set assets. First use the USD pull tool to initialize the file. This will generate an empty USD file. You can use the function that comes with Maya to reference the USD file of the asset, or you can use the USD node graph editor to assist in the production. Select the USD node, open the node editor. You can import asset files from the project management window, build scenes through nodes. First we create a top group. Create an XForm node, set the attribute prim name to master, and connect to the root node. Then import the house and tree we made earlier. Find the post-lock version under lock, check as latest, click import. Connect to the master below. Click apply or the shortcut key Ctrl-Shift-A to update the changes to Maya. Then you can select the asset to move or copy. Back in the node editor, click reload layer to refresh the current node view. We then import the grass assets. You can switch the assets variant here. After doing this, you need to use the USD commit tool to save the current operation. Then use the USD push tool to export the scene. We open the USD file of the scene in the USD view. Before shot working, we need to create some default USD file. Open the USD shots tool in Maya. You can choose a shot as the base shot, here I choose shot 00. Then select another shot, create a USD file. This process will create some empty USD files in the layout, animation, and lighting stages of the shot. Then we open Maya, find the layout task of shot 00, save the project. Use the USD pull tool to initialize the project. Open the USD node editor, and you can see that there are several empty groups here. We click on Geo, right-click to find the node. This will help us create the override node. Find the set and import in the Asset Manager. Then use the commit and push tools to submit. We open the post-light USD file of shot 00, and we can see that there are set in it. Then open the post-light USD file of shot 01, you can see that there are also set in it. This is because we used the layer function of USD. Open the pre-light file of shot 01. The base layer of this file is the shot 00 file, so the operations in shot 00 can be seen in other shot files. Then suppose we need to do some special operations on the scene in shot 01. Save Maya under the layout task of shot 01, use the push tool to initialize. This will import the shot 00 file, and then you can operate on the scene. Here I slightly changed the position of some objects. For the convenience of observation, I put the chimney on the right side of the house. Use commit and push to submit operations. Open the shot 01 file again, you can see that the chimney is on the right. Let's open the submitted USD file and take a look. We can see that only which operations are recorded at which level, and the size of the entire file is very small. In shot 00, the scene is unaffected. Similarly, the scene in shot 02 is not affected. In the animation step, Sins provides the function of importing assets with one click. Set up the relationship between the shot and the asset in the web page. Set in the asset instance field of the shot. Click on the Initialize button in Maya, and the latest rigging of the asset corresponding to current shot will be imported. Use the USD pull tool to load the USD file of the shot. Then you can make character animation and camera animation. We create a new camera and put it under the cam layer. Of course, if it is a real shooting project, the camera can also be generated in the layout step. Set the camera ratio to 16:9. After making it, we first use the Play Blast tool to generate a preview submission. Assuming that after the preview effect passes, we submit the animation, and when submitting, we can choose which assets to submit. Then submit the camera as well. After submitting, we got such a USD file with scenes, animations and cameras, close to the final result. We need to light in Katana. In Katana, we still import the template, and the shot USD file will be imported together. We switch to the camera perspective. The look file of the asset can be automatically assigned through the node of this look file batch assign. We can switch between different shots by switching the shot variable. In the timeline node, click from ENV to import the shot information of the current sequence. Click apply, you can see that a new timeline window appears. Here are 4 shots. When I go to shot 02, the scene also switched. This makes it very convenient for us to switch comparisons between multiple shots. Select the render node, click set render. Set the rendering camera and resolution. Click Live Render to render the current frame. Switch to another shot, render. At this time, if we switch again, the monitor view will also change. There will also be a small render preview on the timeline. Let's add a light. Add a directional light, modify some positions and angles. Click Render. As you can see, the preview on the timeline also changes. We can use the up and down keys to switch the preview of current frame.